Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to RTG TV for the second week final race of season 15 here in Japan at Suzuka International Circuit. It's got 18 corners, it's got one DRS zone, it's 5.81 kilometres in length and 3.608 miles in length. We'll be running the C3 soft, C2 mediums, and C1 hard tyres, and we're going to have 27 laps of this race. You've got 18 full-time drivers tonight and one reserve, which is nice job mate in the Alfa Romeo this evening. And the standings are where we left off from last week. Pippa Kennedy won last week's race in Miami. Matthew was second, Chuck was third, Coix Gaming was fourth, fifth was Ginge. McLaren are on 39 points in the lead of the constructors. Aston Martin is second on 36 points, 33 points for Williams in third place. Got drivers coming out on the circuit. Got your normal full qualifying session coming up. And it's a bit of deja vu for Lee, not for me, because what were we saying, Lee? 3 months ago you were in this exact spot.
Yeah, I mean, well, brilliant to be here today, of course. But yeah, I was here just not too long ago, and I think it was Mondays, season 14, round 2. And I will say that was quite an interesting race there, especially near the end. And yeah, I would say it was really just no safety cars, ended up leading to very little fuel come the end for quite a few drivers, and then that ended up shaking things up quite a bit.
It was RTG's fuel gate, wasn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. Just people unfortunately hoping for a safety car and none came, so yeah, I kind of buggered them up in that sense.
So
but we're here today and hope they've learned their lesson, maybe?
Maybe. So we've just lost the data there. We go, back to it. Got a couple of drivers actually on the intermediates now, 4 of them. Just going to talk about this. We've got 5.5 minutes until we find out who the intermediate champion will be from this week. Me and Lee are keeping a stat of it, and from last week it was Coix Gamer that got the fastest lap on the intermediate in Q1 last week, and we've got 5 trying it again this week. And the little rule that me and Lee have made is, nice job mate gets disqualified from the session. The only reserve tonight is going to be starting on the only spot on the back row.
Yeah, that seems a bit mad. I think it was just as he was exiting the pits, he was getting out the way of possibly the Ferrari, I think, of Tiny. No, Perrin Bowden, sorry. And yeah, that somehow ended up disqualifying him. But unfortunate in that sense. He ended up starting up the back, but hey, you never know what may happen.
I was just trying to work out who is it Haas? We're missing a Haas today, aren't we? It's Tiny sets the first lap and the intermediate fastest lap as well, which is a at the moment 1:32.2, and obviously then we're just getting drivers who are doing the normal stop runs. A 29.1, a 29.3 for Super Striker, who of course you saw last night in Burnt Rubber Racing on the channel, as I said, for only one season, just to get them a bit of a following, and then we'll move over. But it was a really good race in Bahrain last night, Lee, and I got to pick it. Do you want to know what the other track I picked?
What's that?
Have a guess. As a commentator, what track would you pick?
Alright, Vegas.
He's got it in one.
Easy. I knew it was going to be that one.
It's got to be, isn't it? It's probably the best for me. It's the most exciting from a commentator's perspective. They still get to race. It's a super striker.
Ben Bowden
Oh, sorry, not super striker. I'm so used to super striker being in the Ferrari from last season still.
Yeah, he's spun getting onto the throttle, it seems, out of the Degna 2. And I think, has he got any damage? No, it doesn't seem to be, so... But then again, maybe we don't know properly.
Apologies.
Certainly damaged his pride a little.
Apologies to other drivers in this first 8 minutes, but usually on the stream I only concentrate on the intermediate drivers because that's what I find most exciting in the first part of Q1. Who's going to get that? It's been going on for a while, and now as we've got a tally of what's going to happen, it's going to make it more interesting. I think me and Lee are a hashtag for intermediate point at the moment. That's what I think. I think she get a point in qualifying.
I think so anyway. It just spaces it up a little, you know what I mean?
Can you imagine everyone going on the intermediates? You really interesting. It's not mandatory. You don't have to do it.
Yeah, true. But it does make things a little bit better, I would say. A little bit entertaining.
Ginge crosses the line, not as fast as Tiny, but Looney Man goes fastest.
Yep, only one out on the intermediates right now is Kayaks, and he's just coming to the end of the S's and up the Dunlop curve here. You always got to be a bit careful going up there. And then into the first of the two Degnas, and then the third one comes up, the second one comes up real thick and fast under the bridge section, only figure 8 track here in the calendar. And then we'll go around the hairpin now, and now around the long right-hander of turn 12, and then up into Spoon here of turn 13 and 14.
Well, I was going to... Sorry, go on.
You go.
Yeah, I was going to say, we'll just count this one. Should we say it's like the normal rule, like before the checker flag, like if you start your lap before the 10 minutes, which has just gone under, you can finish your lap, but this will be the last intermediate lap of the day. In terms of on a dry track, anyway, competitively.
Yeah, we'll see what he's going to do. Kayaks to the line. Oh, he's just a little bit off there.
So I do believe
gets it.
Yeah.
132.280. But now
they'll already putting that on the stats, Lee. Just done it straight away. Just skipped across the page and just put it on.
Nice one. Lee there going fastest of 128.683.
And Pippa Kennedy going fastest at 128.3.
So, since it's just went on just recently, shall we talk a little bit about practice, maybe? Have you seen it?
Not really. I had it on the background earlier, but I weren't too interested. I'm not too interested because I don't get to watch quali tomorrow because I'm at work, but luckily I was able to negotiate starting half an hour earlier so I can finish half an hour earlier, and I finish at 4 o'clock and the race is at 5 and it takes me about half an hour to get home. So it's all good. I get to watch the race at least. I don't know, what time is qualifying on tomorrow?
I have no idea, to be honest. Wait, man, one. Oh, I'm just going slightly faster there than Pippa Kennedy. But I have no idea at the moment.
So still got a bit of time to wait, Lee, to see the majority of the field put competitive laps in. There's some on the intermediate, obviously, as Chuck goes fastest. And Matthew goes even faster than that into the 127s. Still got a little bit of time left on the clock.
Yeah, there's still settle. Oh, Dario's out. No, not starting.
Oh, yeah. So that's two out. So you're only going to get two out now in Q1.
Yeah, but it appears so. So, Taylor McKenzie just coming to the end of his lap now. Obviously, the one that's not set a time. Goes 11th to 129.503. Oh, seems Danny's lagging all over the place there.
Chuck looks like he's on a flying lap at the moment. Didn't take part in the intermediate championship. As he makes his way through sector 2. Through 130R, which is obviously one of the most famous corners in the world and the most famous corner on this circuit, through the final chicane in the final corner of turn 18. And goes third fastest with a 128.149. And three drivers in the 28 ones there.
Yeah, it is certainly quite competitive out there tonight. Now we've got Ginge on a lap. I think his Perrin Bowden just started or just finished a lap. Well, Ginge to the line. We'll see what he's going to be able to do. 128.143. That puts him in the third place right now.
That was a very good time from him as well. He did get inside the top 10 into Q3 last week in Miami. We'll see if he can do that again. GT Orders yet to leave the pits lead, the only driver who can still set a lap that hasn't.
I think he actually isn't in the lobby at the moment. I think he must have somehow bugged out. So it could possibly just be one that's being taken out.
So I'm just on board with, or just watching Coit's Gamer at the moment, Lee. He makes his way up to the hairpin. Where did he finish in last week's race in qualifying? He finished inside the top 3.
Who was that? Kayaks?
Yeah.
In the race?
In the race.
Yep, you got a third.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, it was I think I remember right, it was Pippo Kennedy that got the win. And Chuck was second, I think.
Well, he says it at the start. Matthew was second, then Chuck. Pippa Kennedy won. So Coits Gamer didn't get a podium. Coits Gamer, though, gets up into second with the only other driver to get into the 127s. Getting competitive now, isn't it, at the back? And this is the time to talk about it. The cut-off for Q1 last season was a 29.4. And we're looking close to that cut-off point again, aren't we?
Yep, it is looking like that. Of course, it's only Taylor and Perrin Bowden there for that at the moment. Open GTR is actually back in just in time. He's going to be able to set one more lap, so it's going to be, or well, one lap to hopefully secure his place in Q2.
Bear with me a sec.
Yep.
I'm with Super Striker on his lap.
So Super Striker only one on a lap right now. And he's just coming up to the turns of 13 and 14 at Spoon. And now he's going to be flat out. And it's going to be flat out all the way down to turn 16. At the chicane, this corner coming up here at turn 15, ends up seeing a marvellous overtake here in the past.
He's backed out, I think.
Is he backed out?
I think so.
Yep, he has.
Sorry, I'm still a bit busy. Perm Bowden, and I'll keep an eye on Per Bowden and GTOs, obviously, because
Yep.
crucial. Just give me a sorry.
Goes Perrin Bowden. Didn't look like he managed to get a good launch there. Either that was lag a little. But yeah, we'll see how he's going to be able to do as he's on a lap now. And he's sitting in the drop zone only by just over a second actually. My mistake. I was going to say 3,000ths of a second, but it's 1 second and 3,000ths of a second. But now he's just completed the S section and now he's up into Dunlop curve there. That's it, we've had the checkered flag being waved and there's only 4 cars out on track right now, and that's the 2 Alpines and Perrin Bowden and GTR in Ferraris and Alpha Tauris. Perrin Bowden is coming up to the hairpin now. We've got Taylor McKenzie just coming around 130R now, and GTR is off the track. He's off the track. I think he's spun going up the S's. Taylor McKenzie coming to the line. Is he going to manage to get a time good enough? He does. He moves up. Royal Rumble's next one at 129.156. And we'll see if Perrin Bowden's going to be able to beat it. I couldn't see there what he's up by 3/10. He's not going to be able to beat it unless he manages to pull an absolute wonder here out of his bag in Sector 3. But I highly doubt it. To the line now. Sometimes you're going to be able to put in a 129.666. And it seems he did manage to pull out quite a lot of time, but it was just not enough. So one's been eliminated here. Perrin Bowden, Dario, GTR, and a nice job who ended up getting disqualified in the end. Now we're just waiting for the Alpine of Matt to get wheeled back into the pits and GTR to get back in as well.
So that was an interesting end. I did catch GTR spinning.
Did you? Oh, I missed that.
Well, he went off the track, didn't he? Like you said.
Yeah.
So 3 drivers didn't set a time.
Yeah, Pierce Soul didn't know what happened to Dario, to be honest. But yeah, GT Ord unfortunately being kicked out of the lobby for a bit and having to come back, whether it be with the connection issues or something. And then nice job, mate. Unfortunately, before he even manages to get around the corner, he ended up getting disqualified for being parked in a dangerous position. So he's going to be starting at the back of the grid. And here's a little rundown right now. We've got Matthew in the McLaren who manages to get the fastest lap here in Q1 with a 127.746. That was almost 2 tenths. Ahead of Koyak's Gamer in second, then there was Tiny in third, then we had Ginge and Chuckle, then it was Chuck, Super Striker, Looneyman, Pippo Kennedy, Danny, Taylor McKenzie, Lee, Matt, and Teachman and Royal Rumble. And then we had Ben Bowden, Dario, GT Order, and Nice Job Mate, all been eliminated, and they won't be making it through into Q3. And they'll be lining up in their respective places come the race in about more than a few moments' time.
So, as we now get ourselves into Q2 and have 15 minutes to knock out the bottom 5 drivers. We've still got fixed. Sorry, I'm trying to think of the words. We've still got fixed weather, haven't we, for this season?
I am unsure. I'll find out right now. 2 moments.
I think it is. I'm pretty sure. So, before we get started, thank you very much for everyone who watched along last night as well. It was a really enjoyable race, actually. It was fun. And really appreciate getting to 360 subscribers last night. And hopefully, by the end of the season, we'll get to that 400 mark. Big ass. But you never know. It can happen. And hopefully you've been enjoying the content. And obviously, just to the end of F123, we've got Burnt River Racing on a Wednesday night as well. And if you want to know the times, just look at the banner on top of the YouTube channel. Gives you all the names and on the thumbnail now for the video, I do believe. Yep. So all you need to know on that one. Pam Bowden Lee, who's put some comments in. I did miss it.
2 quick seconds. I'll get up right now. Yep, so he says he's still slow. He thinks he loaded his setup wrong. Not his best tweaked setup. And he says this is the worst for us slow drivers who never get into Q2 as we lose track time and focus waiting. Need to get faster in these conditions. And yeah, unfortunately, sometimes I've seen myself being, well, absolutely crap, to be honest. And, well, yeah, I get what you're saying. In full qualifying, you do end up kind of, if you get knocked out, you end up sitting there for a bit and you kind of lose that sort of rhythm that you end up wanting to keep going. So I do understand. I mean, I think you would also agree with me there on that, Joe.
Yeah. So who's the first one to cross the line? We're getting really close to that point, actually. Surely someone will be getting close to the line. It's not Chuck. Just trying to work out who it is. Apologies for just skipping through everyone really quickly.
Ginge.
Royal Rumble, I think.
And
And Ginge after him.
Yep. On board with Ginge here. Oh, Royal Rumble 128.593. Is Ginge going to be able to beat that? I think he is. 128.550. Who's going to be up next?
It's Coits Gamer, 128 dead. As Tiny comes to the line now, it's a 127.9 for him.
Super Striker and the Red Bull. Is that? Nope, no, it was Teachman.
It was Teachman just before him, and then Super Striker. Then after, we've then got Matthew in the McLaren up next, but he dives into the pit lane.
Chuck to the line. Times you're going to be able to put in a 128.466.
And Matt just behind him with a 129.200. As the other Aston Martin, our GP2 champion from last season, Pippa Kennedy, goes fastest with a 127.417.
Yep, so up next is going to be Mercedes of Chuckle and then Red Bull of Lee. Taylor McKenzie has just had to bail out of his lap. Don't think it was quick enough for him, or he made a massive error. But Chuckle to the line right now. He goes P4, 128.371, and then Lee actually just behind him.
And we've. I was about to say we've got Taylor McKenzie next, but he's actually going slowly. With cars all around him.
Oh,
5 face grid penalty for Coits Gamer with a collision with Ginge. Oh, sorry, was that a penalty for Ginge?
Penalty for Ginge, yeah.
Where is Coits in all this? Seemed like there was a bit of aggressive driving after the fact. As they both now make their way into the pit lane. I think Taylor McKenzie stayed out, Lee, to start another lap, which he has, and he's got the track all to himself.
Yep, so it's always good when you get that nice clean air as he comes into the corner of turns 1 and 2 there, and then it's going to be all uphill as he comes up through the S's. On here of turns 3, 4, 5, and then we've got 6 here, and then up Dunlop of 7, and then we've got Degnet 1 and 2, and a little bit of slip up there on the exit, and that affected him a little there. Getting onto the grass there as he was braking on the right hand side, that'll, as you can see, ended up affecting him a little, going a little bit deep into the corner. Of course, no touching that grass could end up making the car unstable. Fortunately enough, it did manage to stay quite straight there for him. No, managing to get on the power quite nicely there, out of spin. He's got a little bit, little car there. It's a Alfa Romeo there. That'll be Looney Man getting ready to start his lap. Of course, he's not set a lap just yet. So let's see how Taylor McKenzie is going to do as he's approached the final chicane. Managed to get around it quite nicely there, but to the line, it's not going to be a good time. 129.552. So, at the moment, like real life, Alpine's at the back.
Yeah, well, the cut-off last season was a 128.4 on the nose, so we're way off that, aren't we, some of the times. I'm sure the track might ramp up in the later stages of this Q2 session. I'm not using the app today, Lee. I might try. I'm trying to work a way around it with, because the telemetry for some drivers, they said it was messing up with their internet. So, no problem with that. Obviously, I still get to see, but I don't see their name. I can change the name. I potentially could have done it in Q1, couldn't I? maybe for next week we'll do that, and I'll quietly sit there for 2 minutes just changing the names, and then we'll know, because it gives you actual sector times and whether they're actually purple or not, and you have the clock. So when we have this yellow caution in the top left and you can't see the clock, you can still see the clock on the app.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
So helpful.
Suck very round, spherical, hairy things.
I've got to tag you in something later, actually. You've just reminded me of something that's very strange, I know, you're going to think that. But it's about Chewbacca. And it's funny, because when we were commentating last night, so you ran set to 128.5, when I was commentating last night on the channel, there was a driver called Wookie. And, yeah, it's about Chewbacca. So, I'll show you afterwards.
Cool.
I got it sent by my father-in-law. So, anyway, you'll see. Have we got anyone on the lap at the moment? No, Royal Rumble is not on the lap. I think Taylor McKenzie's just starting one, is he? No, he can't be, because he didn't power out to the final corner.
Just starting.
Yeah, he's done a 129.2 at the moment. And last season, though, because Coit's Gamer got the pole last season as well, wasn't it, with that 126.3. So we'll see if he gets anywhere close to that this season. Obviously, same game, so he's a bit of a way off that at the moment, isn't he? Matt F1, no. Looking pretty tidy through the two Degners as we go through the right-hander and then to the hairpin. We always like to see a little lunge into there in the race. So, do you think we'll see Fuelgate again, though?
I mean, it would certainly make it a little bit of a clown show. A little, to be honest, as a lot of the drivers from that race are racing here tonight. So, are they going to have learned their lesson, or are they still going to expect a safety car to come out? I'm guessing the folks that are listening and watching along right now, who are racing right now, will probably be thinking the same.
So, Matt F1 set a time of 128.950, and Danny's now on a lap as he exits the turn 11 hairpin and then around the long right-hander of turn 12 for 13 and 14 Spoon Corner.
Two seconds.
No worries. Danny now making his way up the hill along this back straight. Of course, no DRS, though, just because of this corner coming up. You don't brake, you don't lift off, and it's a dangerous corner to keep the DRS open. 130R and into the final corners. And he crosses the line to set a time of a 128.2. Oh, sorry, apologies. And the Mercedes, both of them, look like they're in a good position at the moment. Very close as well. As Ginge has just started a new lap through the Sector 1S's. One of the most tricky sections of track on the F1 calendar. And then through the two Degners, and it really just never stops until you exit the hairpin. You get a slight break before the two spoon corners at this point here, but from turn 1, it's just absolutely rapid, this circuit. Maybe not so good for modern day Formula 1 racing, but in qualifying, this is one of the best tracks on the F1 calendar. I was hoping Lee was going to come in there, like he'd come back.
Oh no, I would definitely agree there.
There we go.
It is a great track to drive. You know, with it having such a unique layout, with it being, the only figure of a F1 track. So it's got that for going for it, and then it's got fast corners here, just like Matthew rounding 130R there. And then also it's got so much history here as well as at the final chicane there in 1989. Ended up being a little bit of controversy there. With Alan Prost ended up getting a win when Senna ended up going into the side of him going into that final chicane.
Just seeing Super Striker make his way around 130R and into the final chicane, which is the Casio Triangle. Now turn 18. Used to be a big bump there as well in previous games. It used to unsettle the car. Super Striker goes 9th, and it's a lot of teammates close together. Well, Shackle's just set another lap as well and extended up to the top 3. And Chuck now making his way to the line. Won the race last night in Burnt Rubber Racing. In the top 10 so far tonight for GP2.
Yep, the last one right now is Lee in that Red Bull. Taylor McKenzie has backed out of his lap. How's Lee going to do? He's up on his time anyway, and if he could just improve just that little bit more, he's going to end up getting into the top 10, but of course that's going to end up knocking his teammate out. So what Red Bull is it going to be? Is it going to be Super Striker, or is it going to be Lee to the line? It is going to be Lee, managing to get that by 0.02 of a second. Holy moly, that is too close to call.
And the knockout, the benchmark time, or the cut-off point, was a 128.4 dead. So that's very, very close to last season.
Yep, it certainly is. Who are we waiting on here? We've got it's Chuck on Tiny.
Yeah, he decides to come in.
Brilliant.
At least it's one of the first garages.
Fair.
So, what do we think about that then? Got the usual suspects in the top 10. Super Striker. Got to be a bit disheartened about that because it wasn't a bad lap by any means.
No, but it wasn't. Of course, just being a little fraction off it is always a bit of a bugger when that happens, with it being so close, and even so with your teammate. But here we go. In Q2 here, the results were Pippo Kennedy managing to get the fastest lap, 127.417. Behind him was Tiny, then it was Chuckle, Ginge, Loneyman, Matthew, Chuck, Koyx, Gamer, Danny and Lee, and they will be managing to move on into Q3. The top 10 will be battling out for that pole position and that extra point. After that, folks who will be eliminated will be Super Striker in 11th, and 12th will be Royal Rumble, Matt in 13th, Teachman in 14th, and 15th is Taylor McKenzie. They will all be starting in their respective places. Also come the race in about, say, 14 minutes time. But now we've got 12 minutes of this qualifying session to determine the person who's going to be sitting the closest to turn 1.
And the last driver to take pole here was Queeks Gamer with a 1:26.938. It was a 27.4 was the fastest time in Q2. And we've got some drivers coming out of the garage already. Aston Martin, and Alfa Romeo, and a Ferrari. And Pippa Kennedy will be the first of those three that have come out first. The Red Bull's coming out as well, which will be Lee. You still there?
Yep, sorry. Yeah, we've seen
Queeks Gamer coming out as well, sorry, and Ginge.
Yep, so we're seeing a few of them start to come out now. I think that's it for now. So we've got 6 of them out on the track at the moment. I think is it going to be Pippa Kennedy
7.
who's going to be the first set? Really? Is that just as it happened?
No, that hasn't just happened.
Right, so there's 7.
Now 8, as Matthew now comes out onto the circuit.
Off!
The 2 Mercedes are the only ones left in the garage right now. And we're going to have Pippa Kenzie up first, and he's just about to start his lap as he comes up to the final braking zone at the Casio Triangle.
There's only one Mercedes in the garage.
Very funny.
No, seriously.
Oh, he's just come out there. Thanks for that, getting me back. Pippa Kennedy is now rounding turn 1 and 2 and now up the hill. Well, he'll eventually stop climbing when he gets to the top of Dunlop Curve, which is coming up around the right-hander, go down into this valley almost on the circuit, and then back up again and rise over the hill towards the 2 Degners. And that's where you go under the other part of the circuit that you're going to go around later on into turn 11, the hairpin. And now we've got the long right-hand turn towards Spoon Curve.
Yep, seeing Pippa Kennedy now coming down into 130R now. And he's just going over that part of the track there. That you were mentioning just there about him going under. Now into the final little section. Now seeing what he's going to do is go ahead to the 126s. No, 127.3 dead. Is going to be up next. It was the Looney one, 128.101, and it was Lee with 128.320. And he's going to be next. It was Tiny, 127.603. Ginge up next.
Yeah, Ginge is the next one. After that, then we've got a little wait for Queeks Gamer, the last pole sitter. There's Ginge. Goes 5th and the slowest of the 5 drivers so far. And Chuck's up next. Oh, sorry, no, it's not. It's Queeks Gamer. as he makes his way to the line, and that wasn't a very good lap from him. Is Chuck, our race winner from last week. Goes third. Actually, sorry, that was wrong. I was thinking of yesterday. It's Pippa Kennedy, isn't it? Apologies. Yeah, Pippa Kennedy won last week. Apologies for that. And our winner from last week is actually on provisional pole at the moment. As Matthew goes onto the front row. So, Chuckle, the next one to set a lap. Danny's still sat in the pit, so he's probably going to only do one lap in Q3. As he rounds the final corner of turn 18. This looks like a pretty decent lap. It is a 27.8, and he goes on to the second row in 4th place. Is anyone else on a flying lap at the moment? It doesn't look like it. Maybe Chuck? Nope. Not Matthew either. Are you there, Lee?
Yep, I'm here. Sorry, it was just, yeah, it's not looking like anyone else is on a lap. We've seen Koyaks just dive into the pits there, and Chuck will be just doing the same. But yeah, when is we're going to see Danny? Is he going to be coming out about now, so he's got a clear run of track, or is he just going to wait until later on?
Not too sure, to be honest.
No, never mind.
Chuck, I believe, is no beyond the lap here. He doesn't get the fuel, nor does he have the battery. So we've got this little quiet moment. Can I just take this opportunity to go and do something quickly?
Oh, of course you can.
Thank you.
So just seeing, looking at Truffle, just crawling back to the pits here. Just taking his time. I think he's making sure not to wear the tyres out too much. But we're going to have this little quiet period, and we'll see who's going to be the first to blink. Of course, a few known things about this track in the past. Of course, we ended up just talking a little bit about the incident between Alan Prost and Ayrton Senna in 1989. The two collided going into the Casio Triangle, and which ended up resulting in Prost getting the championship due to Senna cutting the corner when he rejoined the track, and he ended up getting disqualified for it come the end of the race. And then also a year later, the two ended up colliding again, but this time at turn 1, where Senna ended up going basically right into the back of Alan Prost and sending them both out of the race. And that turn ended up giving Ayrton Senna the win of the Drivers' Championship. So there has been quite a bit of history at this track. Of course, it used to be the season finale, I think, if I remember right, back in the right about 20 years ago, I think, going on to now. Oh, and there we go, we're seeing a little bit of movement now in the pit lane. We've got Ginge, who is out on track now, and there's an Alfa Romeo of Looneyman just behind him. And I couldn't see who that was just behind that. Who was that just came out there? We've seen a Mercedes of that could possibly be Danny, We've got Chuck in the Williams out on track also. Yep, it was Danny, and we're starting to see quite a lot of activity now. We've got the Red Bull of no one. Lee, sorry. Can see leader, but we've got Ferrari of Tiny and then the Alpha Tauri. And then there's Matthew coming in. Is that Matthew there? Nope, that's the Mercedes of Chuckle. So I think it's just Kayak's Gamer. Nope, he's out on track now. Juggle's just out, and Matthew just coming out on track right now. So Matthew's going to get there just in time, hopefully. Oh, Chuck getting how? That is utter bull. Illegal blocking for everybody's on the outlap. Yeah, sort your shiznit out, really.
Yeah, that's bad.
That is just silly.
Yeah, not great.
No, I mean, it's just like that one in Kota. I think it was Ginge who ended up getting a penalty for illegal blocking when it was after qualifying had finished, so the timer had ticked out, everybody had done their laps, the AI had taken over, and well, yeah, he ended up getting a 5 place grid penalty come the start of the race, so I ended up having to do it a lobby restart, which it was unfair, but yeah.
Chuck now starting a new lap, as well as Looney Man. A few of them have gone out a little bit earlier than others. Danny is the only one still yet to set a lap as he comes up to the top of Dunlop Curve before the two Degners. Who's going to be the first one, Lee?
It's going to be Ginge as he's just coming around Spoon now, and he's going to be going down the hill and then back up as he's on his way down to 130R. Of course, a corner flat out here with these cars producing so much downforce, and then into the Casio Triangle, the final braking section of the track, and then to the line. What time's he going to be able to do? Is he going to improve? Yes, he does, but only good enough for 6th place, 127.917.
And it's Looney Man up next after him. And then we've got the Merc, I think, of Danny after that. Is Looney Man does a 127.772. Danny puts his 1 and only lap time in. It's a 128.347. It's only good enough for him to move up one more place. Chuck goes onto the front row, but he does have a 5 place grid penalty. So obviously he's not going to be taking pole like he did last week. And Pippo Kennedy, our race winner from last week, our champion of season 14, is on provisional pole. Is Matthew going to be able to do anything about this? It looks like he's going slowly, actually. He is. Queeks Gamer gets himself onto the front row at 127.142. So close, but not close enough. We haven't beaten last season's pole time, but I think that's it. Pippo Kennedy will be on pole for the Japanese Grand Prix in round 2.
Yeah, but it looks like I'm going to have a wee check and see if we're going to end up having a wee restart or not due to
yeah, understandable.
That unfortunate penalty.
Yes, we are.
Yep, so we're going to have a lobby restart, but having a wee look, we'll still have a wee rundown of the order of Q3. So we've got Pippo Kennedy getting the fastest lap, which was 126.989. He'll be sitting on pole and getting that fastest, getting that pole position point. Sorry, Kayak's Gamer in 2nd place, and then it was Tiny in 3rd, Fourth was Chuckle. Chuck was in fifth. And then sixth was Matthew. Looneyman was seventh. Ginge was eighth. Ninth was Lee. And then Danny was in 10th.
Right, so we'll give it a minute to take a break for a second. We'll just put it on pause and we'll be back before the race starts, of course. Give us a sec. Welcome back, everyone. So we're all set for the restart. I'm not sure if Ginger's penalty has been taken away. Because I knew he had one as well. I'm not too sure.
About that, actually.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Yeah, so before we start, we'll have a look at the tyres because, of course, we're not going to have a formation lap. They're also all going to have fresh tyres, just as an added bonus from this thing as well.
Well, it looks like we're seeing basically the whole grid on the soft compound at the moment. Only one on the mediums as of yet. See how that's going to fare out in the coming few moments, if that's going to still stay the same or not. Oh, Tiny jumping on the mediums also.
Yeah, there's a couple of them I have. We've
Dario
got
on hards.
yeah, he's gone on to the hards. Nice job, mate, on the softs. Remember, he's starting on the back row in last place. Right, I better get off this screen because we might get started in a second. Turn 1, quite a tight corner here as well, and turn 1's actually quite quick. Turn 2's the slower one where all the braking is done for that corner specifically. So it's definitely a challenge here into the first corner, and it's a long run. It's a long run down towards turn 1 here. It's probably one of the longest. The grid is actually set quite early on the straight, just after the final corner actually. Yeah, so we should be getting underway in a few seconds time. Pippo Kennedy won last week. See if he can do it again. He's on pole, and we've got 3, 4 and 5 red lights. And we're away for GP2's Japanese Grand Prix. Pippo Kennedy getting a decent launch there, actually, on the medium tyre. Coix Gamer is alongside him, though, almost. But now he's got the Ferrari up his backside there. And we've got Matthew out of the race in the first corner of the race. And is that going to be a safety car? It's going to be a safety car.
VSC.
Oh, no, sorry, yes, VSC.
Yep, it's only VSC at the moment, so a little bit fortunate there. I wonder if they have anticipated this, at least a little, and this is going to end up managing to get them to save a little. Now we're going, only now comes up for me anyway, that's a virtual safety car.
Yeah, and me.
Yep. Yep, so we're going to end up seeing Pippo Kennedy. Oh, Tiny getting right alongside Coix there. So Matthew unfortunately putting in all that work in qualifying and unfortunately not managing to have it pay off in the race and be out so early. But now we're back underway. Coix Gamer, what a restart there, man, just to catch Pippo sleeping, and it looked like Tiny was just about to have a wee peek up the inside at 130R there, but decided better against it at the moment.
Oh, Pippo as well was going into the back of Coix Gamer.
Yeah, he did break that a little bit deep there.
And now he's under threat from the Ferrari of Tiny as he pulls to the right-hand side, our left-hand side of the screen, but isn't able to get alongside as we go a bit further back as we go down the start-finish, and we see an Alpine and a Williams going side by side here. Taylor McKenzie trying to go the long way round, but isn't able to get past. But nice job, mate, after starting in 19th, is now up to 13th place as we just start lap 2.
Yeah, we just managed to overtake Dario there going into turn 1, and it was a sort of who had the bigger spheres there. Certainly going in there, but having a look back up this top 5 there, it's all relatively close, all still within DRS range of each other. Only man looking there slipped back just out of that range there. So Taylor McKenzie, nice job, mate, battling it out around the hairpin. Nice job, mate. Had the outside the line, but Dylan McKenzie managing to defend it quite nicely there from that absolutely charging Alfa Romeo there.
So,
ooh, nice job getting out of slippery there.
Yeah, there's all still quite close together. There's a couple of pockets that have already formed though, and of course got Matt F1 who is right at the very back, who would have had a pit stop to change his front wing, that's for sure, and put a fresh set of tyres on. And being medium tyres, as we've got DRS enabled, but we won't see it actually be used in racing for another lap as Ginge gets past Looney Man there into turn 1.
Yeah, Blineyman was just, seemed like he was just holding them more up at the moment. As we see, that gap has opened up to 2.3 seconds now to the top 5. So you could say that he was holding them up, but then again, we'll see what Ginge in the McLaren is going to be capable of doing. We're seeing a yellow flag at the yeses section, and I think that is GT going right down there, and it appears that he spun at turn 6.
Look at this as well, nice job, mate. Eager to move up some more places. Got the Alpine of Taylor McKenzie just ahead of him. Will have been disgruntled, the only reserve tonight, that he got disqualified from qualifying. And obviously with the lobby reset, there's nothing else they could do at all, unless it was a full reset, which of course we're not going to do, but he has to reset himself there, coming out of Spoon Curve as he was seesawing at the wheel as we go down towards 130R, and we see DRS enabled for the first time down the start finish straight with the leaders.
Yeah, Taylor McKenzie managed to get back within that DRS range there. He was kind of threading the needle with it, but now he should have enough to defend. But then again, nice job, mate. Managed to get an excellent launch there. That was a final chicane there, and he manages to get right up alongside and get that 12th position from the Alpine. And he seems to be right on a charge right now.
He certainly is. He's got the next car to overtake would be Royal Rumble, but then he's got around 2 to 2.5 second gap to the next car. And then there's a group of 4 or 5 of them there. Super Striker is getting very close to the back of that Mercedes, and I wonder if the Red Bulls will help each other out here and actually be teammates.
Maybe not. It is a bit early in the season, I would say.
It was more the fact that sort of worked together to get through this little pack, but perhaps not.
I mean, yeah, they could, but Lee is starting to slip back a little, and if he falls out that DRS range, it's going to be tough to get back within. We'll see how things are going to fare. He's still managed to keep within it at the moment. Could we possibly see Substriker? Nope, but we see Danny just ahead, battling out with Looneyman, and he's managed to get that place, which is 7th. And could Super Striker get it? He's sneaking up the inside at turn 2, and they're going to be alongside each other going into turn 3. And Super Striker managing to get that 8th position. Looneyman down 2.
And whilst all that was going on, nice job, mate. Got past Royal Rumble as well down the start finish, so he's trying to break away from those guys and catch up to this group of drivers. For 5-second penalty for corner cutting for GT Orders. At the same time, Danny's gone off the track at the second Degner twice in a row on the entry and the exit as Super Striker gets past, and GT Ord has retired in the pit lane, and it's all going on here at turn 11. However, and Ginge is just in a bit of no man's land at the moment, isn't he?
Yep, he certainly is right now. Oh, looking right now, Looneyman, is he going to be able to do it? He's on the outside of Danny here. going around 130R. Is he going to manage to do it? He no! What a move! That was absolutely spectacular.
Wow. That
Oh
was
my
brilliant.
god.
That was brilliant. Fernando
That's
Alonso-esque, that was. Is he going to go for another one now? It's now not as spectacular, but he's going to go the long way round again. And Danny's following him. No surprise there that he wants to try and get the place back, because the defending car never wants to be overtaken like that at all. That is the backhand of racing overtake there, wasn't it?
That was just absolutely beautiful. Managing to get the...
Lee?
Yeah, I'm here. What's happened?
Saying that everyone's left for me.
Oh, no.
What? Since you say it's ended.
What? No, it's a safety car.
Oh, what the... Bear with me a second, guys. Am I still
Sent you an
streaming?
invite.
Yes, I am. Apologies about this.
Yep, so it's a safety car. Tiedemann out. It did kind of miss that. I'll go and see if I could have a wee look back and... Oh, he crashed coming out of the Degnas. Out of Degna too. Oh no, as the stream went down. Nope. You still there?
I'm still here. I'm just checking to see if the stream's still going. It is,
Yep,
yeah.
still going.
It's fine.
Yep, so glad we've managed to sort all of that out.
Well, as I and the people at home couldn't see what was going on, what happened there?
Well, I didn't manage to get a look at what happened as I wasn't riding on board with him. But what appeared to have happened, just by looking at where he crashed, if you go on board with Danny right now, he's just coming up to the section where it happened, and he unfortunately binned it right here on the right hand side. Probably just going a bit too rough going into turn into Degna 2, and must have just lost it and went right into the wall. So it's a bit unfortunate on that part. Fortunately enough for these other drivers though, that possibly under-fueled, they get the safety car that they desired.
Yeah, which they didn't get almost 3 months ago.
Yeah. So a lot of the drivers that were in that race that are here today, they'll be a bit more happier this time around. And having a wee look, not one person is in the red right now, but of course that could all change as we know what racing is like.
So, yeah, I'm assuming we're having one more lap of the safety car.
Yep, I think so.
Yeah, because we only done that was the first lap, wasn't it?
Yeah.
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 So, 3 drivers are out. We're down to 16 of the 19 who started, and one of those 16 are in the pit lane. Going on to what? Serving a time penalty, I think.
Well, either way, it's not really going to affect him that much, as well, he was at the back of the grid anyway. Well, when we look at positions gained, nice job, mate, is one of the leading there. Well, the leading out of the people who have pit, who's up 8 places, up into 11th. We've got Dario, who's up 15 places to second, and Danny up 9 in first, but of course they two have still yet to pit.
Oh, sorry. I thought I'd unmuted myself. I genuinely did. He said Dario at 15 places. He's yet to stop though, isn't he? Yeah. Danny as well. Danny and Ginge. So those three. Dario, Danny and Ginge are yet to pit. And the safety cars in there.
Ginger's pit.
Is it?
Yeah.
Doesn't say that for
The
me.
only two is Danny and Dario.
Oh, how strange. Mine doesn't. It's probably the weirdness that happened before. Okay, he's gone on to the softs though.
Ginger's on the hards.
Is he?
Mm-hmm.
That's not what it shows on my screen.
Go on board.
I am.
But right now it looks like Tiny and the kayaks are battling out. It looks like Tiny managed to get back past and managed to fend off that position there. Kayaks has had an excellent launch there, getting back underway. It looks like the top three have already started to break away a little, with Kayaks and Tiny battling it out there. But you able to see on board with Ginge?
And Pippo obviously eager to get past Dario as well, and Danny, and he's got past one of the two already as we go into the second sector. Now he's on the hunt for the leader. There's Tiny. Sends it to the inside, Lee, at turn 11, the hairpin. I said before, it's a lovely place to go for a send, and he did it. He did make contact with him as well, so he almost barged his way through. His Coits Gamer now trying to go the long way round before turn 13, spoon curve, and then inside line for him. I believe he kept it on the track. It got past, and Chuckle got past Dario as well. Lee.
Yep, sorry, I was getting some hydration before the nation there. But Chuck managing to close that gap on Dario. Unfortunately, Dario being on them older, harder tyres. Oh, Chuck in a little bit out of shape there, coming out of out of the final corner, sorry, of turn 17. Well, final accelerating zone anyway.
There's Pippo now gets past Danny, yeah, and Tiny right on the gearbox of that Mercedes as well. Obviously on the used tyre. I presume Danny's on old mediums, yeah.
Yep. Oh, he basically just, I think he got out of shape or he moved out the way. It was one or the other. But of course, Tiny wanted to get past as quick as possible.
Oh, Coits Gamer goes into the side of Danny and he goes off the circuit, loses a place to Coits, loses a place to his teammate Chuckle as well. And then in the background, Looney Man and Super Striker have come together there.
Oh, it's all kicking off right now.
But both of them are still in the race. I'm just trying to see which one of the two have got wing damage. It's Red Bull. The Red Bull, the Super Striker's got wing damage. I don't believe Looney Man's got front wing damage, but of course he could have end plate damage. His Super Striker now falls to 16th and last.
Yeah, that is a bit unfortunate in that sort of sense. These things do happen in racing, unfortunately. So you've got to expect some sort of small collisions to happen. Unfortunately, that does end up affecting your race quite significantly with these finely tuned machines. Of course, costing millions and millions just to build. Oh, and Chuck ends up giving Dario a little tap on the rear there, going around turn 2. Seems he thought Dario was going to have a bit more speed, but he didn't. He seems to be just holding Chuck up with him being on them older tyres. As we've seen that Danny as well has fallen back quite a bit. Oh, and Dario goes off the track at Degna 1.
Yeah.
And Chuck manages to squeeze up the inside there.
Yeah, he's Ginge going to squeeze out the outside here. Big old lunge from the McLaren driver. He's going to have to try and really go the long way around here, but didn't have the momentum to do so. He was brave on the brakes, though, and now he's got nice job, mate, right on his gearbox as well after that big lunge who's cost him time on the exit.
Yeah, and of course, nice job, mate. It's actually sitting at 100% battery still. And I think he's the only one on the grid that actually is. He's barely used it. Royal Rumble's going to be inside, and he's going to have it before 130R. And yep, and it looked like the Alpine was giving him just a little bit of a tap there going around. But he managed to get it done. Oh, Lee, nice job making contact going around the Casio chicane there. And Danny into the pits now. Wonder what's up with him. Is it a wing change? Lee, and nice job, mate. Battling out. Nice job, mate. Managing to get that position back. And Royal Rumble losing that place to Taylor McKenzie again. Danny, did he get a front wing change? I'll have a wee check in a moment. Let's see.
He did not. He did not. It was just standard pit stop.
Oh.
As you can see, he's already out the pit lane.
Of course, that'll be his strategy. Of course, he ended up not pitting, did end up forgetting about that just there. But this little battle here for P6 is going on. Dario is just holding Ginge up, and the gap between Ginge and Chuck is increasing ever more. But now Chuck, Ginge looks like he's going to be able to put an end to that going around Spoon. But right now, oh, looked like he was going to come right across the track there. Oh, and the little tap there is under braking. And that ends up shoving Dario off, and he ends up losing 3 positions. A nice job, and Lee also. Oh, I think that may be looked at later on. I'm unsure, but Royal Rumble getting past Taylor McKenzie, going around 130R again. Who's going to be braking first?
Oh, Taylor McKenzie there. Big lunge from him. It actually made Royal Rumble go off the circuit. I think Royal is going to have to give him that place. As they go down the start-finish again, both of them having DRS. Is Royal Rumble going to have enough speed to get alongside? Doesn't look like the case as they go into turn 1.
Yeah, I'm going back up to the top here. These top 3 are really close to each other. Chuckle, of course, sitting 2 seconds back there now. Well, 2 seconds now on the leaders.
Yeah. Let's see if the 2 Chuckle brothers are able to catch up to the lead 3. So, as we just come along towards half race distance, hope you're enjoying the content this evening. It was a cracking qualifying, actually. It always is at Suzuka. The racing can sometimes let it down, but we've had a few cracking overtakes already from the likes of, was it Lee? Was it Lee going around the outside? Danny.
Winnieman? Danny and Winnieman. Oh, talking about that Winnieman getting a little bit out of shape there with Royal Rumble. Tried to turn in just a little bit too early, and that's now left both of them vulnerable to Matt, who's managed to go up to 11th, and Winnieman managed to reclaim his 12th position by passing Royal Rumble there for 13th.
So, up the hill we go once again, through the S section. If you get one of the corners wrong, especially earlier on, it feels like you can not get it back with any of the other corners in the right flow. As I said in the qualifying part of the stream, it feels like you need a flow all the way up to this hairpin here, and then you get a moment or two to have a break, but all the way up to this exit here, it's a roller coaster ride.
Yeah, we'll say it's a bit like the sector 1.5, I will say, of Kota, to be honest, in Texas. Is you don't really get a chance to breathe as you're Royal Rumble getting a bit out of shape. Looking at it now, Matt getting past Taylor McKenzie's teammate. Managed to get a great launch there coming out of spin. But yeah, like you were saying, just with the S section, it does, you don't really get a chance to take a breath, really.
It's probably the most challenging part of this circuit, and it's usually a driver favourite as well. In real terms, I mean, a lot of them really love Sector 1 here. Top 3, though, still all within touching distance of each other.
Yeah, and also this little group that's formed behind the lead, and it goes all the way down to 13th place. So all 6 of them here in this battle, and Dario is actually slipping out of it. So it's actually kind of helping Lee move away from the pack a little. Oh, Chuck's managed to get within the DRS range of Chuckle now. Is he going to manage to stay within that, coming up to turn 16?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a wait, isn't it, until we actually get DRS. He's staying within it. This is a chance where he can make or break the time in the Casio triangle, and he's actually seeming like he's broke even out of there. Been able to stay within DRS. Oh, just. I think he'd had that anyway before, and I wonder if it's quite a long front straight here. 3 turns 1 and 2. We've got a yellow flag down the start finish.
Winnieman's round going into the pits there.
Is Matt F1, Taylor and Dario all fighting over that 9th place. As Winnieman has retired, as we will not see the Welshman for the rest of the evening.
Yeah, it was a bit disappointing. Unfortunately, I didn't manage to see what happened. I just seen him pointing into the pit lane. So, unknown what happened in that sense. But yeah, looking up, these top 3 still quite close together. Chuck and Chuckle within the DRS range of each other there. And then you've got this wee battle here for 9th between the 2 Alpines and Dario in the Haas. Which it looks like Taylor McKenzie going to be inside. Yeah. Is this going to leave a vulnerable to Matt? Matt's going to be pushing it, but Taylor McKenzie's going to end up giving Dario the slipstream. And Matt actually backs off from going for the position.
Chuckles round on the exit of the exit of the chicane. As he now tries to get itself, he's out.
Oh! Safety
he's
car?
Out of the race. I think that will be a safety car deployed. I'll be pretty surprised if it wasn't.
It's gotta be. What?
Oh, no, that's Danny. He skipped to Danny. But no safety car.
What did you say? With Danny?
It went to Danny for me. It went from Chuckle to Danny. And when you said what straight away, like his car was still there. In my head. That's what I saw.
Oh. But yeah, that's yeah, I don't even know what to make of that, unfortunately. I would have expected that it to be a safety car, in all honesty, with that being right in the middle of the track. But nevertheless, these 2 Alpines still really close together and fighting over that 7th place right now. Dario getting a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings of exceeding the track limits. I would say the best idea for Taylor would be to get pulled along from Matt, or either jump into the pits for them soft tyres if it's going to... Because I don't think that the mediums are going to be able to do 20 laps. What do you think?
No. I don't see that. I did think this was a 2-stop race, to be honest.
Oh, no, did he fake that a little there with his own teammate?
Yeah, Quick's game has dropped back a little bit now as well.
Oh, and he's actually moved to the side.
And he's let Matt F1 through.
Yeah, nice job, mate. He's managed to catch up to Chuck now.
And yeah, the pack is definitely split up more at this point. It's still got this fight between Nice Job and Chuck, which I'm sure will carry on. Obviously, Nice Job having a very good race after starting from 19th up to 5th at the moment. And is he going to have to pit again? Unlikely. He's done 11 laps. I can see the hard tyre doing 20 laps with ease. And Chuck there having a funny line through 130R. If we go into the Casio Triangle chicane and out through turn 18 onto the start finish. DRS enabled for Nice Job, mate. And is this going to be like taking candy from a baby? I think it is. Oh! I think you misjudged his braking there, Chuck. Ginge into the pits onto the soft tyre. And I think he's now going to be doing some white knuckle driving for the next 8 laps or so. 8-9 laps.
Yep, he certainly is going to have to. But now he's way down in 12th position. It's one of them. He's going to have to absolutely put in qualifying laps, get past every driver as quick as he can. Of course, he will have that grip, but is it going to work for him in the end?
Yeah, very true. Very true. We'll keep an eye on what Ginge is up to. While we wait for that as well. See what those guys are getting on with. The driver's just ahead of them. We've just switched places. Lee getting past Danny. I don't know if that was driver error there. I don't know if you caught that, Lee.
No, I think I missed that.
Taylor McKenzie into the pit lane. Surely going on the softs as well. This is usually one of those races where the strategy becomes interesting in the latter stages, actually. There'll be those guys that stay out on the hard tyre. I'm not too sure if they've got enough laps though to catch up and gain back all that time they lost in the pit stop.
Yeah, well, there is certainly quite a few people still on the hards. It's kind of split at the moment. Well, watching right now, we've got Lee, who's on a semi-fresh set of mediums against 8-lap-old hard compound of Danny.
Yeah, and got this soft tyre at Ginge behind him, I think, more crucially. Which you can see the difference now. There we go, to the left-hand side he goes, inside for him, and up into 9th place already. I think he jinxed him slightly there, Lee. Is Ginge going to go for another one here, Lee? Inside line at 130R. This is brave. Had 2 overtakes at 130R that we've seen on the stream.
Yep, absolutely beautiful there. Managing to get that inside line and having them red walled Pirellis, the soft tyres, managing to provide them with that absolute substantial amount of grip there. but now he's got a bit of a mission here, and he's only got 7 laps to do it. Well, just under that now. He's got 11 seconds to make up on Royal Rumble up ahead. Dario getting a 3-second time penalty, another one for multiple warnings.
Yeah, he's the only one with actually corner cutting penalties as well. Herm Bowden's got a 5-second one. I think that was a corner cutting one as well, wasn't it? But obviously a more extreme one. I think. Not 100% sure on that one, though. We haven't spoken about the front for a while, Lee. Pippa Kennedy and Tiny still very close together. You with us, Lee?
Yeah, but doesn't seem to be much action there as of recent. Looking at Lee right now, he's getting right close to the back of Danny. He's holding off just a little for that DRS. Could he be going for a move right now, going into turn 1? He has got the grippier yellow Pirellis, the mediums. He's using that battery, but it's not really that much effective. He does have the DRS and the slipstream. He is going to have the inside line. Is he going to manage to keep it for turn 2? No, he doesn't. But he's going to have the tighter line. He manages to get the traction going around into turn 3, which goes into inside turn 4, and he backs out of it. It looked like Danny gave him a bit of the squeeze there on the apex.
Yeah, there's been some lovely wheel-to-wheel racing today, actually, and it's not the easiest circuit to do it either. It's an old-school tight circuit with grass and gravel traps, and not miles and miles of concrete runoff, which a lot of the newer circuits have either all of or a lot more of.
Yeah, like Jeddah, for instance, says, oh, Dario getting a little bit of shape, and this is leaving him vulnerable to Taylor McKenzie on the exit, the hairpin there, and nicely done there from Taylor McKenzie, just using that traction and the error of Dario there to manage to make up the place. But yeah, just like you were saying there, it's a very old school circuit. There's not any other like it, or very many anyway, especially with its unique layout and of course the unique elevation changes, how flowing it is also, and with having its old school sort of gravel traps and grass on the outside, and like you said, rather than the runoffs. Lee now going for a move on Danny. Going to have the inside line into turn 1. Is he going to be able to get it done this time? No, he doesn't, unfortunately. But yeah, like sort of like Jeddah, for instance, and Abu Dhabi, Kota, there's another one that's just a lot of runoff, not really much grass in that sense. Well, if any.
Yeah. Oh, as Taylor McKenzie went wide there, we were on board with him for that, and that was the 3rd time he went wide, because now he gets a 3-second time penalty for his for going out of the lines of play, and he's a 3rd driver now to have a time penalty to his name, as we're about to go on to, or we are just have gone to lap 24 with the leaders. And another one, just as we're getting into the final part of the race.
Oh, no, this is good news for for Ginge here. As that'll popped up on his screen that Royal Rumble has got penalties, but he's managed to pull in quite a bit of time. I'm not unsure if he's going to manage to catch up to him in the sense of being able to overtake him, but we could find out soon enough. Danny and Taylor McKenzie swapping places now. Taylor McKenzie on them soft compound tyres. Now Danny will be a bit vulnerable to Lee, who's on them 7-lap old mediums, but are they on their way out now? As we know that the lads up front and top well, 7 there are on the 17 lap at Old Hards.
It's looking like it's going to be a fight for the podium lead, but only on track, of course, who's no stop mate's the only reserve today. But if he was a full-time driver, fair play to him, to be honest. I think he's getting our driver of the day, so it's something we've got to think about now. I had a lot of people commenting last night, actually, and we got them to pick the driver of the day. Can't actually remember who they picked. His no stop mate now goes up into 3rd place. And looked like the difference in speed was absolutely ginormous, and they can still see the leaders just up ahead going through the S's. Lee again, close to Danny. These two have been fighting for the last few laps. As we go on to lap 25, we've got 3 to go. Lee?
Yep, sorry, brain farted there. Kayak's so unfortunately losing that place. A nice job there, but like you said, it's not going to really matter much. But right now, what is going to matter is Pippo Kennedy going to go for this move anytime soon? As he's just sat patiently waiting.
Well, he's been patiently. I was going to say he's been patiently waiting for quite a long time now, hasn't he? So he's got to get. He's got to be thinking about it either this lap or the next, because that's all he's got left to give it a go for the overtakers. Pern Bowden gets overtaken by Super Striker there at the very back of the order.
Yep, I think he's going to go for it next time. Going down the start-finish straight will be when he's going to go for it. He's going to leave it to the last minute. Of course, he has got plenty of battery there to be able to use right down that straight. He's got about 70%, so it's going to be quite a tough one for Tiny to defend in that sense. And well, he's going to have to just pray that he's going to be able to manage to do it. He's going to have to get a great launch out of turn 17.
Yeah, that's the most crucial part now, and they're not getting, not going to be too long until they're actually at turn 17 as they go through 14 and 15, 13 and 14, sorry, of Spoon Curve. Yeah,
Pippo Kennedy using a bit of that battery, and you could see that light flashing away on that Ferrari just up ahead.
Oh, I thought he might be thinking about it there.
I think he's just trying to throw him off.
Oh, and was throwing him off the wrong call there, Lee. Because look how much time he lost.
Yeah, but he has certainly lost quite a bit of time, but he's saving a little bit of that in the bank. So he's going to have to just hope and pray that he's going to be able to keep it close. Either that or time he's going to be able to pull away, as there's not going to be any DRS now. Well, it's only going to be, what, 50 metres if that?
Yeah,
but
something like
Lee
that.
And Danny, looking at Lee and Danny right now, he's right close to the back of that Mercedes, and he is going to be going for a move right now. Moves to the right hand side. He's got the DRS, but oh, and Danny manages to fend off that charging Red Bull there, and manages to keep that 10th position. But when we're looking back up the front, this is the battle we want to see right now. Who is going to be getting the maximum points here and going to be standing on the top step of the podium? Is it going to be the Aston Martin, the Pippo Kennedy, or is it going to be Tiny in that Ferrari? Looks like he's going to come down to
Yeah.
turn 16 here.
Oh,
He's going to go to the outside. Tiny's on the inside of the Casio triangle, going into turn 16 into 17. Tiny gets that launch out of there. Is Pippo Kennedy going to be able to get it? No, he isn't.
No,
Tiny
that's it.
manages to come across the line and gets that top step of the podium, gets that maximum points. What a race. Went right down to the last corner.
Yeah, that was very, very close between those two. Tiny wins the second round of the season. Pippo Kennedy finishes second, and Nice Job Mate will be Nice Job Mate will be pulled out, and then Coix Gamer will be the last driver on the podium.
Yep, Ginge managing to make it up to 7th place at least after that extra pit stop.
That was an exciting end, though. I thought he might have gone for a bit of a bigger lunge, though, into the chicane on the outside.
Yeah, I certainly did think the same. I thought he was going to go for the inside, but Tiny managed to fend that position off and close it right away before he could even have a chance to poke his nose in. And I would say that was excellent defending there, managing to secure that win. Pippo Kennedy maybe just left it that bit too late. He went for a one and done, and well, unfortunately, he went for that one and it wasn't done.
Super Striker crosses the line, and that is the end of the race.
I mean, Nice Job Mate would get my driver of the day, but of course not a full-time driver. So, I'll let you have a wee ponder on your suggestions.
Yeah.
Well, I have a wee rundown. Got Tiny there, managing to get that win and maximum points from the race. Well, besides Super Striker managing to get that fastest lap there. But yeah, he managed to get that top step. Pippo Kennedy, unfortunately, leaving it that little bit too late. Look at how close that gap is. Less than 2/10 there between the first and second there. Nice job, mate, managing to get third. Fourth was Coix Gamer Truck in fifth, Matt in sixth. Seventh was Ginge there, charging at the end there, unfortunately. Never managed to get any further up. Royal Rumble in eighth. Danny was ninth. Lee was 10th, Taylor McKenzie was 11th, 12th was Dario Pernboden in 13th, Super Striker in 14th, and then you had Chuckle, Winnieman, Tiegeman, GTR and Matthew all did not finish the Grand Prix, unfortunately.
So, that is the final order of the race, and we'll be back again next week with week 3 of RTG. We'll be back in China for the third round of GP2, and on Monday with me we'll be back here for COTA, and yeah, hopefully you all enjoyed that. It was a very good, exciting end of the race. Hopefully we'll see you again on Monday. Keep subscribing to the channel, guys. Getting 360 and beyond now, which is fantastic for the subscribers and constant people coming to watch along. So make sure you're liking the video as well. Until seeing me on Monday and me and Lee together again on Thursday, it's goodbye from me and from Lee.
Peace out.